silent, YouTube's just static today. Candlesticks climb, then they fall like rain. My portfolio's a ghost, no one to explain. Lonely days, trading in the void. Charts don't lie, but they don't make a noise. I watch the ticks, they dance in the dark. No likes, no comments, just my beating heart. Full port, empty room, what's the cost? Is this a profit or just a lost cause? Alone in the charts, I'm a one-man show. Candlesticks for hours, no one to know. TikTok trends fade, YouTube stars align. But I'm here with my trade, stuck in this time. Alone in the charts where the numbers collide. Futures rise and fall, but I'm by my side. No audience claps, no one to cheer. Just me in the market, year after year. My phone pings once a spam email plea. Boost your followers.
What's up, guys? Let me get my chats over here real quick so we can see chats. What's up, Ponzi? Ah, dang. Oh, goodness. How was your trading session, Ponzi? All right. Just still trying to get my last few things set up here. We are pushing down to this one level that I was trying to long off of a while ago. We didn't quite reach it. It's sitting at 18 here. So we'll see what happens. Kind of waiting for this top of the hour to hit right here and see what kind of either push down or rejection we get for the Tokyo session here. Like I said, kind of looking for that bounce here at the 20 level. Unless it just explodes it and just keeps on pushing through it, which is a very, very, very big possibility here. So looking for level 20 to hold here. So we are at my bounce level. We're just trying to see if it's going to hold or not. And that's the level 17, 18 area. We also got the previous day close sitting there at the 400. Like I said, we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen with this next candle. So we could easily get it pushed down to what, 386 here. Whew. What's up, man? You got short at 450? Nice. You got stopped out. You said you was short, got wicked out at the 450. Oh. I stream on the side with my funded futures. So we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines, just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. You're buying now. I'm not a fan of the buy. Unless we push back above the 420s, which we may not even push back above the 420s. Yeah, no, I didn't trade around 6 o'clock this morning. Unless it was 6 o'clock your time. I didn't start trading to the opening diamond. Did you end up getting you another account, Nick? Let's see. Most. This is the Asia market on the MNQ. No, futures don't close. They just close for 1 hour a day. Now the stock market is closed, but the futures market is not. So, I mean, if you're trading like stock market and stuff, they're closed. But futures, you can trade it pretty much 23 hours a day. The same with gold, silver, a lot of your commodities. Perfect time to buy the XAG. I don't guess I'm aware of what that is. Oh, sorry about covering up the camera, guys. Let me get that off of there. I'm sorry. That I don't know yet. I mean, I was looking for longs back above the 20 level, but man. I'm not anything. We just logged on for the Tokyo session, so we're just kind of being patient and waiting at the moment. I mean, you never know, man. It could just be a complete dump fest after what went on today. I heard gold's the best to trade during Asia. I haven't really been trading it, but I heard gold does really well. We're just trying to sit on the sidelines and be a little bit more patient, kind of see what's going to happen with the market. It could just be a slow grind, continue to the downside, or we could get a nice reversal. But it's really hard for me to long into this 20 level here. So we're just going to sit on the sidelines and just kind of be patient and wait. You said you're going to take a break. Well, what you can do is just try to downsize the most you can, Nick. That way you can still trade without, whatever mistakes that may happen. You don't have to worry about it just wrecking your account. Trust me, man, I've been kind of going through a slump myself. You said you entered a long on the 50% of the demand zone. I do like the push back up to the possible 20s. I kind of wanted to long off the 20s, but it blasted the 20s. Maybe another push up, to the 25 or so? Where's that wick sitting at? Where'd you enter your long at? Wash. I'm sorry if I'm saying that. Let me see. How do you pronounce that? So this 86 area is kind of like the next little pop area. Whew. That next pivot, guys, is all the way down at 314, 318. I mean, I don't know if we get down there, but it's down there. Let's see. You're in short. Nice. How are you doing, candle dealer? You can see 24,000 tonight. Man. Let me look at I haven't really looked at the whatchamacallit tonight. Yeah, you got the New York PM low sitting at 355. Then your lunchtime low is down at the 309. So might get a little bounce here off the 350, 355s. Some of these drops like this in the nighttime are really hard to catch, guys. So I'm just going to have to sit here and just be patient. I'm definitely liking that 300 bounce. Down at this next pivot at 314. Yeah, I took a quick stop out on my funded account today, man. Like, I literally entered on my funded, and it was just an instant stop out. I got wrecked so fast on my funded today. It was horrible. But, you know, when we get over to the eval, we were like eval kings over there, like knocking out like 100-point trades today on the stream. Well, we did on the My Funded Futures. Got 2 100-point trades back to back. I did get a decent trade on one of my funded accounts. I think we made a few $100 on it, but the other ones, like I said, man, got stopped out instant this morning. I think we lost 130 on it. So I'm still kind of on the struggle bus with the fundeds, but as long as I just keep it at that $120, $130 loss, it's not too devastating because, you know, I'm hoping eventually we can kind of get back on that win streak. So, because we still need about $1,000 in each account. I really want to take the bounce here, but man, my luck, this thing will just freaking dump through that 315. I almost rather see it go through this pivot than hopefully maybe go back through it. It's really hard to buy into these dumps like this. Oh, did you lose your account today, Stone? Or Store? Stone? Let me see that. I can't see that crap. Oh. Stone. 4K. Or 3-toe? I guess, is it 3-toe? Or is that supposed to be a S? I know it's very tempting to take it off this bounce. Ooh, I don't want to jump in too early. 3-toe? Okay, 3-toe. I wasn't sure if that backward 3 was supposed to be a It's fighting it. Is it going to blast it or is it going to hold? You got to be careful whenever we're just waterfalling. Even in these pivots, guys. You got to be careful. I think it bounces, man. I think it bounces. Oh shoot, I didn't hit it in time. I tried to hit it at the 20, but I got in late. Yeah, it would have been a lot better trade at the pivot, but you never know with that one, guys. We got one runner left. Dude, trust me, I can't tell you how many times that happens to me, Nick, where I have the right direction picked and I'll just end up just getting effed. All right. Runner looks like it may get stopped out here. All right. Runner got stopped out. All right. We just crossed over the, what is that called? The New York lunchtime. Let me downsize some. This way, if we get stuck in a trade, it's not too devastating. So we're going to go down to 3 micros because we were on 8. All right, one more. That was a 300 bounce. Come on. Rip it. The pivot / that New York lunchtime low kind of held for us. It's already paid about 30 points. Nice. Oof. You made 70 on that trade? Nice. Wasn't I the main character on GTA 5? If I was, I didn't get no royalties for it. I didn't get no money for that. What character did I look like on GTA 5? I thought I played GTA 5. I don't remember. I know I don't look like Stephen Ogg. The one who played what's his name? Dude, I think this thing probably 70. That was a good spot to look for. Yeah, I definitely thought we would at least get back up to 70s there, but I wasn't sure if we would get through that next set of wicks there. Michael, okay. I guess I don't remember. It's been a while since I played the GTA 5. Nice. La, la, la. So we're up 147 out of those two trades. You gonna try to be out at the 389? Dude. Man, you think we go all the way back to the daily high? I think that we could easily right now, if we get through the 60s and 70s, man, it's like, can we get back all the way up to 427, 425 here? Dude, look at the pivot paying in the Asia tonight. Man, the pivot just paid big. You did have to sit through about 15 points of drawdown, but if you went over leverage, man, I mean that was very little drawdown, less than 15 points off that pivot. And the pivot was in a fairly decent spot, guys. If you use the ICT kill zones, let me see. I don't really think his decision affects it. I think it's just people reacting to it. Just the market reacting. It's just like when we have news plays. So we have the lunchtime low also down there. That was that second push. So we had the first push off the pivot, the second push off the New York lunch. So nice push. $425, guys. I think 425 is going to 425. You said I finally switched over to the micros. I can't see you suffer long. I don't suffer on micros, man. I'd rather trade micros and kind of take my time instead of spending a lot of money. I don't see my trading buying me massive, the big ticket items. That's not my goal. I mean, you can make whatever money you want to risk. I mean, just because I'm trading micros don't mean you can't trade minis. It's just my drawdown doesn't allow me to, or my risk management usually doesn't allow me to risk more than like $120. It's just, it gets so expensive to buy funded accounts, man. I mean, I guess if you're making good money off your fundeds, I guess it's okay to cycle through them. I mean, that's the only way I can see spending a lot of money on evals and fundeds. If you're able to make good money out of it, where you're only costing you maybe like 25% of your profit, kind of like a 1 to 4 type thing. Right now we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. I thought we would get the push up to the 25 here. What is that? Boo, this is MNQ. This is future contracts. So futures, you're pretty much allowed to trade 23 hours a day, and you just have the different markets. So in the evening time, like this time of the night, is the Asia market. It's your worst week on Elusive. Yeah, I've had a pretty. I haven't blown up any fundage yet, Nick, but I've had a pretty rough going the last week and a half. Starting since not the, what, 2 Thursdays ago. So not this past Thursday, but the previous Thursday, whenever I took my first loss in like a month and a half, that's whenever it seemed like it's been kind of just wishy-washy ever since then. So, yeah, I think you can do anything on Elusive. They don't think they have many rules. I think their main rule, Gabe, is the consistency rule. I think as long as you follow your consistency rule, you'll be fine. So, like I said, we're kind of looking for a push up to 425 here. My mic is out. Is it? I might because I turned my head away from it. I'm pretty sure that's what it did. Is it a little bit better? Oh, that's a little loud. Yeah, what it is, Nick, a lot of times I'm turning my head when I'm talking. So if I turn my head away from the mic here, it makes my voice go in and out. We can see if we get a little bounce here off the 425s. Uh-oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm bad about turning my head because I'm looking at different screens. So I know whenever I turn my head and I'm still talking, so it makes it sound like my voice is going farther away than coming back in. So that was pretty much a bounce off the previous day close for anybody that follows the previous day close. Yeah, Bo, we're on here pretty much every single night, Monday through Thursday night. I need to start getting motivated. Start getting motivated to do it on Sunday nights, but man, Sunday nights, I'm just not very motivated. I'm usually so burnt out from doing it every day because I also stream in the mornings. And time Thursday, Friday gets here, man, I'm just so burnt out. Dude, if I knew the previous day close was going to pound, we would have pound off the previous day close. Holy goodness. Remember, guys, we do not, if it for some reason pushes back down to this pivot, we do not take it twice. Or if you do, you got to do it at your own risk. It's going That's where I want to look for a short, Anthony. Is up there around that gap fill in or the 25 level. Wherever how you want to take it. If you want to take it as a fair value gap, but I'm taking it off the 25. Is that what you're looking for too? Is also the 425? Yeah. We can pull fib on this whole move here and see if this could be the beginning of us moving up though. Like if, what is it? If the 50% starts holding on this leg, because nighttime loves to pull back 50%. So 50% would be back down at the 50. I mean, duh. I guess it went to 400. All right. Listen to some music. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So the 50% of this total leg pullback is going to be at 450. Remember, the nighttime loves to take 50% moves. And that would be, you would anticipate a pullback to the 350s here, and you would want to see it hold. And that's kind of also at that PM low. So since we're already up 150, we're just going to downside and just use 3 micros on most of our trades. You can see the 305 retest. I only see 305 if I think we're going to just completely start just selling down. So like, let's just say maybe this is the pullback here. And maybe we're moving to the downside. So that's a possibility because this is the 50% pullback here. So if you pull fib on this whole, outer leg here, that 400 is the 50%. I think for shorts, I would like us back below the 350s, kind of get. But I think as long as the 350s hold here, I think you're okay. Where did you get long from, Oakley? Oh, I'm sorry, Solo. Oh, I got like 3 different chats. So we got 2 YouTube chats and a TikTok chat. We don't do any paid services, Roz. No, you would have to go to like a Discord channel or something like that if you're looking for that type of trading channel where they're giving you call out their signal services. Wow. That had to be something. That was uncharacteristic for a move down. Whew. Don't know what that was. The ES is breaking down again. Wow. Do we got anything to hold us up here? There's a lot of resistance here in the 260, so you might get another bounce here. I know. I didn't expect it to happen so fast. That was pretty wild there, Roz. Let's see if we may get stopped here. I'm going to keep a very tight short lease on it. Below the pivot, we'll look for shorts. Above the pivots, we're long. So be careful here. I'm not really sure if we get the 50% pullback here because we haven't really printed above that pivot. All right. Might get stopped out here. Yeah. It's so close. Still not sure if we're going up yet. Or what kind of retracement we may get. You would almost have to pull 50% of this leg and see if it's going to go over 50%. We're at the 50 and 60% now. So if the bears are going to hold on to this, they need to hold it here. Will, this is futures. They're open 23 hours a day. Whew. You were short 10 micro. You might as well just get you a mini, man, if you're going to be going in that heavy, Matt. Just put on one mini. Woof. Yeah, if we can't push up over 50 and 60% of this candle, it's probably coming back down. This is my runner that's left. All right, so runner got stopped out. Okay, so you usually do the fives. Whoa, that was an insane little move there. Let's see. I got to kind of watch my TikTok channel because sometimes it will cut off, guys. What's up, man? How are you doing? Though, whatever side I think this next candle breaks, I'm hoping it's like one of these candles right here where it has a small red body on it and the next one just breaks below it and just keeps selling for the shorts. We're getting some pretty good price action, man. We just had like 100-point freaking dump. This 5-minute candle is 100 and almost 25 points. Not only did it wreck during the New York session, we're trying to wreck over here in the Asia market too, guys. Holy goodness. We got 20 seconds left for a new 5-minute candle. Should get an idea. What's up, 44? How are you doing? $14 seconds. 14 seconds. Little inside bar here, guys. Who wins the inside bar? Nope. Is it gonna little 5-minute inside bar? Are we gonna break to the top side, or is it gonna be a little fake out? Trying to survive the chop. What I'm doing, Nick, is we're just taking our profit down to 5 points and looking for runners. Too many micros on the gold. Nice. That gold got one of my counts a few weeks ago. I went in way too heavy, man. It messed me up. Whew. You said I watched it happen and just closed my phone. No, we got a little 5-minute inside bar. You don't get a lot of the little inside bars. So most of the time, whatever way it breaks on the 5-minute, it'll usually continue. Oh man, last week was one of the worst weeks ever to trade, Nick. During the rollover week, I try to just talk people out of trading their funded accounts during rollover week, man. Rollover week's nasty to trade. And we had options expiring last Friday too. Man, it was just a disaster waiting to happen between rollover week, FOMC, and options coming to an end this past Friday. I mean, it was just out to get everybody last week. Last week was definitely one of these weeks where you just try to stick to a few micros and just try to save your accounts. I was fortunate enough to make out without messing up any of my what do you want to call it? Funded accounts. I usually don't even keep up with it because I just take whatever money I can make from, what do you want to call it, prop firms. So unless we have a better week this week, I don't even know if we'll be taking any payouts this week. I mean this month. So unfortunately, I might have to wait till next month because I usually trade fairly small on my small on my accounts, just because they're so expensive to replace. Yeah, we trade every day. So most of the time we just try to make like 120 to 150 on our accounts. So the accounts we're working on now is mainly these two accounts. I'm just trading 3 fundeds pretty consistently. And we've had them for a while. So if I get this next one, it'll be the second payout on this account. If we can make another $1,000, the other account we're trying to work on payout for the first time, but we still need to make about $1,000. I got it within about 700 or 800s, but like I said, we had a rough week the last week or so. No, I blew my Lucif funded account 2 weeks ago, 44, and we haven't got our Lucif funded back. We're working on an eval with them. I think I have a 658 with them right now. So we're about halfway there. So there's the elusive account. Like I said, really hadn't been trading it a lot. We're up 668 on it. Yeah, I did a little revenge trading. I took a loss and unfortunately, I did it off stream, and that's where I get myself in trouble. I try not to trade when I don't stream because I find myself doing a lot more stupid stuff than I would if someone's sitting here watching. It's almost like you guys are sitting here babysitting me so I don't do anything stupid. I mean, because I can imagine sitting in my, wherever by myself, man. It's and just doing stupid stuff. Well, with Bulinox, you have to make $1,000 over the buffer. So I have to get to $2,600 to get a payout. So that account that I took a payout on last month, I had to make $3,600. So I had $3,600 that I made in my funded account. I took $1,000 out, and now I just got to make another $1,000 to get another $1,000. And I got 2 accounts that I was hoping to get the payout this month, but like I said, man, I've just had a rough last week and a half. I just have not been consistent with my fundeds lately with the price action. We haven't done nothing too stupid, but most of our morning losses. So what I've been doing is if I take a loss in the morning of $120, we just don't take any more trades. We just live with $120. At least that's what we try to do. And we've been pretty good with that account. And I went back and looked at my record with that account the other day. Like we were so consistent for a while. Like we didn't take our first loss on that account until March. So we traded almost like the whole month of, we didn't take one single loss in the month of February. For like a month and a half, we were like on a nice win streak. So like my 50K here, we've only taken 4 losses since we've had this account. And you can kind of go back and look at your losses. So $100 there. And you can see like just win, 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 1 loss, win, 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 or, break even trades, whatever. But I think my largest loss one day was 415. All right, this is the one that we were on a really good streak. on this account here, man. Like all of February, we took no losses. I swear, man, ever since last week going into March. So for a month and a half, dude, we were on like a month and a half, like little green streak. And dude, we've taken 3 losses in the last 2 weeks on this account. This has kind of been my downfall here with my funded account recently. It's like we've been going back and forth. It's like we take a loss, we take a win, take a loss, take a win. It's been kind of like that recently. But I'm hoping we can survive long enough and kind of get back on that win streak pretty soon. And that way we can get those to pay out next month. I'm thinking it's going to probably be next month since we're already in the last week. You said gold is pumping? Woo! It did have a big old sell-off. We're just pretty much just chopping back and forth about what 30 points on the NQ right now, so or MNQ. So we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. The boxing matches are never over. We already took this long. I'm not sure if we're moving up yet, so I don't know how much I like the longs at the moment. So, whew. Do we have a reason to get long here? I think even if we got long, you would just push up into the 50s and kind of hold up there. What's up, Roy? How are you doing? Yeah, that's what I try to do. So anytime the market's not very friendly, I just try to trade as safe as possible and just get through it. What's going on now is like I remember last April was untradeable. So there was no setups working last April. The volatility was insane. You got to think last April was when they were doing all those tariff talks in the government. And now you pretty much have all the war news that's coming out randomly, random, and you're just getting these crazy pops. And I don't really follow very much news, so it's like, it's so easy to get caught in those pops sometimes. I can imagine how many people lost their accounts this morning on that 1,000-point candle that we had that probably didn't have stop losses. I mean, I wasn't in it, but I'd imagine there was probably quite a few that was riding that short down all night long. And, a 1,000-point candle come out of nowhere and just kind of get you. I know there was one guy in one of Methodical Man's lobby. He lost his accounts, but that's just one that I know of. And there was probably tons of others. Oh, goodness. So we're just kind of sitting on the sidelines. I was waiting to see what was going to happen with whatever way we breach. I kept thinking we do have this inside bar and we did breach the top of it. But there's no way I was going to take that breach there. I would prefer to see it go down. So put it. Thank you guys for the follows and likes this evening. Hopefully everybody was able to at least find one trade off the pivot this evening. This was really the only setup that I kind of just was even interested in, was this pivot setup with that New York lunchtime low here. Other than that, guys, we've been just kind of sitting on the sidelines. You caught this big old crazy 100-point short. Yeah, that was a pretty nasty candle. I mean, that candle was 125 points. I mean, it's one thing if you think we're going to go down, but to go down like that's pretty hard to catch those. Excuse me. You're trading on the plus 500s? What market is that, SR? I mean, I can always just look it up if I have to. Said plus 500. Plus 500 futures. Oh, plus, is that a prop firm? I've never heard of them, so that's new to me. Okay, so you're taking your trades with plus 500s. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense now. I've never heard of them. There's so many prop firms out there that it's so hard to keep up with them. I try not to trade many different prop firms. I try to stick to ones that I know have been around a while, because a year and a half ago, I got screwed over by that My Funded Futures prop firms. So I spent like at least quite a few $100 with them, at least $400 or $500, and I got payouts, I got affiliate money, and I never got any of it. So after that, I was very iffy about with any prop firm I trade with. I make sure they've been around for a while and have a good track record. So that's why mainly we just trade with Bulanox. Luciv is fairly new, but I haven't really heard anything overly, nothing really bad about Luciv. If there is, I'm not aware of it. My Funded Futures and Trader Launch is kind of a new thing, but I don't really take a whole bunch of trades with them. I mainly just trade Luciv and Bulanox at the moment. We are getting ready to set up My Funded Futures account, since we're trading with them during the lunchtime with the Methodical Man, for anybody that watches Methodical Man during the daytime. So we've been trading with him for 1 hour a day on their stream. Ooh, are we going to break the 300 here? I've been kind of waiting to see if we're going to break this 300. I don't know if it's safer to wait and see if it hits the 90, then pull back up to the 300. You said prepare for the bull sound. Oh, goodness. Oh, gold's going to pump. Yeah, I'd imagine so. If the NQ's pushing down, gold's usually going up. I heard also oil is the same way. If oil is going up, the NQ is going down. All right, that was the 95 first hit. I'm waiting for like a 90 touch and see what happens with this 90. I'm hoping it don't just pop thrown through here. There's the 90 touch. Come on, give the pullback. It always pulls back off the 90. Or you think this is a liquidity grab? You don't think we'll run these lows down here at 60, 65s? There's your 90 pop. Come on. Pop back up to the 300. We got 40 seconds left. See what this candle looks like with the all right. It's a big wick. Bigger than I really like. Well, it's about 10 points, so it's not too bad. You already kind of got that pullback. I don't see how we don't get at least 75 here. So there's your 300 retest. Looking for 375 for it to bounce. I got the line marked out down there, and whatever that was. Dang it. It didn't hit the 77. Did I hit 77? It always goes into the 70s and bounces back up, guys. So normal. All right. Come on, get through the 75s. All right, nice. Woof. Beautiful. Look at that nice 38% pullback on that 5-minute candle, guys. Remember, like I said, I always pull fib on my 5-minute candles. Most of the time, if you're 20 to 40% will hold on your big 5-minute candles like that, we're going to continue lower. So this is why you'll see me placing orders kind of below those candles. All right, we can take that off. It says I can't tell with your platform what you're doing. We're using a NinjaTrader to take our trades on. And a lot of times whenever I'm looking for those quick breakout trades, we will place our orders off the 5-minute candle, since we're so, I don't know, we're just whipping pretty good right now. I mean, this is some pretty good price action for Asia market. Hopefully that pushed us over the $200 mark for the night. Yep, 205. So we're up 205 for the evening. What's up, Fish Lips? 275 to 300. Yeah, that's what I was looking for a while ago when I thought we were going to pop that 275 and come back up to the 300. We actually exploded it then. They went straight almost to the 50. Yeah, Ninja Trader is about the only thing I've been using. I do have some accounts with Quantower, but I struggle using Quantower, so I'm not really a fan. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Quantower. It's just something I'm not used to. You're dude, good trades are always on micros, Nick. Yeah, we're on the 5-minute charts. I used to trade the 1-minute charts quite a while back. So, but I started trading inside bars quite a while back, and it got me watching the 5-minute chart. So now we just pretty much just watch the 5-minute charts. I do take trades off Rico candles too, but usually just during the New York session. So are you long fish lips? You're thinking maybe back up to 350? This is the futures market. So these are contracts and not stocks. Well, I mean, probably same thing, but they're called contracts. So contracts trade 23 hours a day. Yeah, the regular stock market is closed. This is the Asia market. So this is the contracts out of the Tokyo market or Asia market. Then at 2 o'clock in the morning, it will be the London session, or 1 o'clock my time. I can't remember. 2 o'clock. Then, you know, the normal New York session. Yeah, if you want to trade, you can trade futures pretty much all day long, man. 23 hours a day. Now, if we can explode that pivot back through there, then I may like the long, but we'd have to get through that pivot first. Yeah, so in the nighttime, most people are trading like gold futures, silver futures, oil futures, NASDAQ futures, ES futures. There's quite a few different markets that are available for people to choose from to trade. I mainly trade the micros of the NASDAQ, so I'm trading fairly small accounts. So I'm trading 25Ks and 50K accounts, which is equivalent to like trading $1,500 or $2,000 or $2,500, depending on what prop firm you're with. So, micros, if you're trading micros, they're $2 a point or 50 cents a tick. Or if you're trading minis, they're $20 a point or $5 a tick. So, if I tried to trade a mini on this 25K, it would only take 75 points to blow a count up. And 75 points is not very hard on the NQ if it's moving pretty good. I mean, shoot, we had a 120 point whip while ago with that big nasty, that big nasty boner candle to the downside there. Oh, shoot. So did you get long off the 75 fish lips? We're just sitting on the sidelines. We just got out of a trade. We took this short here. So whenever we're watching this, you get this big, like massive bearish looking candle. I wait for this second 5-minute candle to print, and I'm looking for it to pull back no more than 40% of this previous red candle. And so what I did is I had my resting order sitting at 90. We're looking for either 5 or 10 points, where in this case, we targeted the low of this wick down here, and that's what we ran. We pretty much ran this wick and just shot back up. So as long as we're under this pivot here at the 417s, we'll look for shorts. If we can get back through that pivot here, we'll look for longs. So, okay, so you got long at the 270s. Oh, excuse me. Pretty much another 300 bounce there, man. Is there anybody else in a long or short at the moment, or is everybody just sitting on the sidelines? You took half profit already? Nice. Yeah, you already hit that 300, so if you can still hold and get your 325 that you're looking for. Okay, Solo, you're in a short. Where's your short entry from, Solo? Above that biggish bearish candle. Oh, you're short from like the 330s. Nice short. Candle dealer, you're in short too. Nice. Yeah, I mean, stopped a couple points for profit and fees. Most of the time in the Asian market, we just try to make between that $100 and $200 on the eval. You said Smooth Solo, is that a solid group? Right. I don't know if I've seen Solo, at least not. There's another Solo that's in one of my other chats, but I don't know if I remember that Solo. Sounds good, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Appreciate it. Okay, so you're looking for that gap fill in up there at the 350s. Well, shoot, man, I kind of was looking for that earlier too, Fish Lips, when we were back up in this area here. I thought we would fill in that 325 gap because I wanted to short that up there. Man, there's nothing. This is like the worst time to get head colds, man. It's like the 5-minute CH. Like our weather's been crazy where I live. Like we're gonna go from like the 80s by this weekend. We're gonna be in the 30s. Man, it's just like straight up cold weather. I mean, just straight up hot, cold, hot, cold. We're on the MNQ 5 minutes, so we're trading micros on the 5 minutes CH. We're trading 25Ks and 50Ks with prop firms. So we're just limited with our drawdown. And we try not to risk more than like 10% of our accounts when we're trading on prop firms. What's up, Investor Nestor? It says I have a long order at the Hammerwick, hoping to grab liquidity at the top of the buyers and went long. Okay, so you're looking, you said you have a long order. So you have a long up here sitting around us, what? Which, oh, here and now. Okay, so you're going to add fish slip as we push back down into the 50s to the 25. Thanks, Solo. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, watching, and sharing information. Yeah, that's pretty much what I like to do. Just kind of just get an idea where the market's going. It says, hey, Suz, do you trade the main session? Yeah, we trade both. I mainly do the evening time, Andy, just to try to build my YouTube channel. And I only trade eval, so we do not trade funded accounts in the Asia market. I've only been trading Asia market consistently since probably the end of November, 1st of December. And we just strictly just trade off of evals. We don't really trade our fundeds. I don't know how comfortable I would be trading fundeds yet. Some nights, like tonight, we are having decent movement. But, man, most nights, this is just straight up, just chopping straight across. So, all right, let's see. You made your money back? Nice. 24,000 has been account killer territory for you, Nick. Woof. Target is 2432. Is okay, so you're looking for the 25 to get hit, basically. Is that what you mean? The 324 on that one, investor, when you say 2432? Okay. Now, I'm probably a possible fan of the longs if we can break back above the pivot here. Like, if we can push back up and push through that pivot, I kind of like the longs. And get that push up to the, like, 350s or something. No, I don't remember that one, Nick. You lost 49,000 USD, please. I don't know if many of us have an extra $50,000 sitting around, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. At least for most people. I know it is for me. All right, finally getting a little bit of push here. Let's see if we can actually break this pivot here. Break back above the 300s. Investors looking for 325. Fish lip is looking for 325 also. So you got multiple people looking for that 325 target to the top side up here, guys. And that's kind of like trading off the whole numbers. I'll talk about hold numbers quite a bit. If you ever notice, a lot of times, mostly all my trades are almost always in between hold numbers. So like I'll try to stay away from a long into the 50 or into the 75. So you'll see me put my trades like at when we were shorting a while ago, I put the trade at 90 because I won't short into the 300. So I'll wait for the push back up to retest the 300. And when it's coming back down, we try to go from 300 to 75 or 375 down to like the 50. And so that's what I'll do is I'll be scalping in between hold numbers because the market likes to rerun these hold numbers over and over. So most of the time you're going to get a push to the 75 or the 50 or even the 25. Didn't quite get the 50 here. It looks like what we got down to 55. So like, if I was looking for a short down to the 50s, I'd try to short the 70 and grab that 10 points, then look for a runner down to the 25. Then just look for a level after you enter. But you also want to make sure that you're kind of, either in discount or, you've been selling off for a while. You're kind of just looking for that pullback here. Yep, the backdoor trades, man. We can pull fib on this and get an idea about the 50% of this leg on the push back up. Like I would never long into a pivot. So that's kind of scary to me. So we're at the 50% of this total leg already pulled back. So you would almost have to get through this pivot for I would even consider long because this is just a 50% pullback and 60% pullback here. You said the Punishers are going long. Looks like some pretty good volume popping in. Let's see if we can break this pivot here. You would think that we'd at least hit this a few times before we got through there because there's about 3 or 4 wicks there. So that would take a little, couple tries to get through here. You're long in a competitor account? Is that like a funded account, 44? Whew. That was the fib on this leg only. It wasn't the candle. So that was just the fib on the leg only. So you hit the 61%. Oh, sorry. So 44 is the competition accounts. Is that a funded account? Is that just another name for funded? It's just a paper account. Okay. Got about a minute, 30 seconds left on this candle. Man. That's where I buy if I hold. Is the Ninja Trader? You mean like evals, or is that like is that the same as a sim account? Oh, it's a Ninja Trader. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. So it's kind of like a sim account then. Right? Is that what you said? Let me go back and look at your message. Okay, paper account. So basically like a sim account. So like if you do the drop bar here where you select the accounts, it's like a sim account. Dude, that pivot was a wall again, guys. Never did get through the pivot here. Okay. Woof. You hit your target on that one. Did you go ahead and just take profit up here around the 20s? I was wondering if that pivot was going to hold there with those 3 candles to the left of us, because, you know, anytime you get around 3 or 4 5-minute candles. 44, I think he had to take his daughter to volleyball, so I don't know if he's going to stream later or not. No, we didn't enter that one. I was actually looking to see if we're going to take a long to get back above the 315s. I was actually looking for a long. I didn't really expect us to pull back freaking 30 points. My luck, if I try to enter now, it's just going to rip back up. Get my face ripped off. We're already up over $200 for the night. So, I mean, if I can find one more entry, I will. But we're just going to try our hardest not to push it. Try to, you know. We've already taken 2 fairly decent little trades. The first one was a nicer trade. That was this one back over here off of the pivot and off that New York lunchtime low. Then we got short again here, looking to try to run this wick down here on this big bearish candle. The one time I don't take the pivot for the retest, this thing bangs off like freaking 50 points. See what happens at the 60s again. See if this area holds. It looks like we have equal lows sitting at the 58, 55. Well, not quite. I thought we had some equal lows. I'm still kind of looking for longs. Like I said, I thought we were going to get the nice long back to the top side. No, we're only 5-minute candles, Chris. So that's everything we're doing. We're trading on the MNQ 5 minutes on Ninja Trader with Beulah Knox. Thank you, Chris. Hopefully you're having a decent trading session. Like I said, we've already taken 2 trades. I mean, I will take another one if we get another opportunity. We're just kind of just sitting and waiting. I just don't want to get myself stuck in drawdown in a trade and, blow all of our profit away, because that seems to happen a lot to me. For some reason, whenever I trade the Asia market, I find myself stuck in trades. I don't know how everybody else does, but man, I get stuck in trades quite a bit. This is futures. So futures allows you to trade 24 or 23 hours a day. So it's the contracts of the NASDAQ. So there's the NQ and there's the MNQ. I trade on the MNQ, which is micros, because the NQ are like $20 a point. So those are just a little too big for the accounts that I'm trading. I mean, you can use them, if you want to go in super heavy, you can make good money, but all it takes is one bad mistake to kind of wreck your account. So we stick to the micros for the most part. Every now and then we'll get a little squirrely and going with 10 micros on an eval or something. But most of our trades are usually 3 to 5 micros for most trades. Dude, another just sitting here consolidating. So you get like little opportunities to grab trades like every, say, 30 minutes or so. That's what it seems like we're doing. That's the thing about nighttime trading. You usually get your best trades at the bottom of the hour, or maybe a 15-minute candle, or your best trade always comes at the 1 hour candle whenever you get that new 1 hour candle. What was that 144? It says, oh, it couldn't rally without the low retest. It says, what is the abbreviation? Let's see in my. Your meta trades? Oh, so everything on my chart is level base. The only thing that we have marked out on our charts, if you're just curious about all the levels, these are just indicators that I use to mark out the previous day low, the previous day close, previous day open and high. And the orange lines that you see are pivots with the Fibonacci. This is usually what my charts will look like in the morning. And that's because I like to watch the higher time frame. So I like to see what the 1 hour and the 4 hour candles are at. So this little square that you see to the left of us here, those are the 4 hour highs and lows, even though it's in the 5-minute form. This candle here was that big, crazy 1,000-point candle this morning. So we usually don't look like this, but usually we'll have 3 or 4 1 hour candles, but it also kind of lets you know where the high and low of the previous 4 hour candle is. Looks like a double bottom. Are you talking about the current? It's pretty close. I mean, it's only off by like what, 56.25 is almost the low of that candle and the low of that other one. So not even a point. So they're off. Yeah, that was an insane freaking 1,000-point candle for, you know, anybody that was fortunate enough to be long. I wasn't even on the charts when it happened. I mean, it's not like I could have done anything but that anyway, because usually whenever you get like candles like that, if you're not in the long, you're probably not catching it because it's happening so fast. So, sorry about I keep yawning, man. I get up so early in the morning, guys, that I'm so tired by like 9, 10 o'clock at night. Because I'm usually back up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was hoping to find maybe one more trade before we got off the stream. But man, I just, like I said, I don't want to enter and get trapped in a trade. That's what I don't want to do. And you're sitting here either trying to like DCA out of it or just trying to get out of it. And you can, in this time of the night, man, you can be stuck in a trade for freaking 2 hours trying to get out of that thing. Be stuck. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. You said I see why you would like to go long here. No, I'm not really looking for anything at the moment, man. The only way that I can see myself getting long, if we print another candle, draw a little 5-minute trend line, and we break the trend line back up to the top side. Yeah. Fish Lips, are you going to take the, are you longing off the 50 or the 25 here? I know I was considered longing off that 25 down there with you with 1 micro. Are you already in long from the 50? Okay. He says I'm going to buy it. Oh, goodness. You're going to go get a bot, Nick? Or what do you mean I'm going the What's the 25 look like to the left of us? Dude, they're just not, well, there's a couple big wicks right there, so I think we'll be fine, fish lips. Now this is only with 2 micros, guys. Very, very, cheap trade. I probably won't let it go any farther past the 200s. If it blasts the 225, we will add in at the 200. Oh, shoot. Is there not much here to hold us up? Oh, man, there is. There isn't. I'm mainly just taking this with someone from my other lobby. He likes trading off whole numbers, so I'll take trades with him. These are just evals, so we're not going to be risking probably no more than $50 at the most if it doesn't work out. And we'll DCA back into it if it dumps here on us. This isn't really like, I take these every now and then, but not that often. I hardly ever take resting trades that I'm trading into a level. Oh, fish lips. I think we might have got missed, dude. We might have got missed. That thing. I should have front rounded to the 26. Damn it. I don't know how I feel about that second hit fish lips. Oh, damn it. That sucks. Oh, no. Scary. We missed the first hit. I'm talking about within a point. I bet you we missed that within a point, guys. 25 points. Son of a bee. There's the trade. I cannot believe we missed it by a tick. A whole tick. Oh, that was so dirty. That was so dirty. I knew I thought about doing that because a lot of times I try to do that when we take those 25 bounces. I was like, let me put it on the 26 in case it, need to front run it by a point. Oh, that was dirty. And now it could still go down there and get another bounce, but like I said, that'll be the second push. So that's always a little on the scary side. Man. No, it missed our entry. So it hit the 25.25 and we had our order sitting at the 25. So I took the trade off because I don't know how much I trust the second push. So it paid like a quick 15 to 20 points. And it should go back up to the 50. So whenever we're taking trades off the 25, we're looking for a 50 hit. So there's your 50 hit. So I should have front ran it a little bit at the 26 and we would have got tagged in. But I didn't do it. There's your 25 points. Yeah, JV, it goes both ways. You would just have to go over to my YouTube channel and type on the other stream if you want to see the horizontal. Dude. It's just there's another guy in my horizontal stream that I take trades with him sometimes. So he was long in the 25, so I was long in the 25 with him. And so I was looking for the 25 bounce with him. And like I said, it missed my target, but we're already up 30 points now. So I can't jump in now. So all I can do is sit here and watch. So what it is, you're trading in between hold numbers into like discount. So, we keep pulling back. We're expecting in discount play. So you're just looking for bounces off of hold numbers. So if you ever watch the market, it goes in between hold numbers nonstop. So it'll go from 25 to 50, 50 to 75, 75 back to 50, 50 up to the hold number to the 300. So it's just a repeat of itself over and over. And so a lot of times you'll see me trade in between hold numbers. So that's usually like my favorite thing to do is trade in between hold numbers for a target I'm looking to short. But since it missed our entry, all we can do is sit here and watch. So now that it's hit the 50, now do we get the push down to the 200 here? Or more or less up to the, 275, then the 300? I'm not sure if it got fish lips tagged in or not on that one. Oh, yes, that was like, the chicken. Buck, 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 buck. What? Oh, shoot. I missed that one, fish lips. I missed it. Okay, so see, fish lips long. He's trying to get to the 300 up there. Now, this is a 5-minute trend line break for anybody that likes to trade off these 5-minute trend line break. Excuse me. I should have done that. I wish I'd have done that, fish lips, because that would have been 30 points. I usually do front run them. I don't know why. I just thought we'd get to the 25. So I was like, I'll just put it right on the 25 instead of front running it. It says Bitcoin to 71,000 and tomorrow. I haven't really been watching very much Bitcoin lately. You really need to break the 75s. I think if you break the 75s, you should get that push fish lips. Oh, you're looking at shorting off these wicks up here? Man, this could push all the way back down to that 200. That was the 50% pullback for this leg here at the, what, 70s? Yeah, 270s. What's up, Down Bad? It says you want to know about my luck today. You didn't get caught in the nasty big 1,000-point candle, did you? We're on June contracts. I'm not sure. Does anybody know the letter attached to June? Let's see. Didn't really show on here. Well, there's a letter on it. I'm just not sure which one it is. Nicholas. But I know we're on June contract. Okay, so it's a M. You're right. It is a M, Nicholas. So it is MNQM26. So that would be June contracts. Most of the trading platforms have already switched over, so I don't even know if they're. I think the March contracts are not even tradable right now, so I don't even think you could go to the March contracts. So it would have to be June contracts. All right, so what happened today, bad management? Okay. Did you get caught in one of the nasty sell-offs today? Excuse me. The MNQ is 23 hours a day, so it won't close tomorrow until 5 o'clock. 4 o'clock Eastern time. So it closes at 4 Eastern and it opens at 5 Eastern. It's only closed for 1 hour. Different markets have different volume. So if you're looking for high volatility, usually your New York session's the best time to trade there, Nicholas. Asia can be good some nights. Tonight, Asia's got pretty good volatility. We get some movement. I mean, this doesn't happen a lot in Asia market. London is usually fairly decent too. I mean, depending on what hours you're, where you live. Usually I only do Asia and New York because for London, that would be 2 o'clock a.m. for me. So that's just, there's just no way I'm getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to come stare at charts. So I'd be on a struggle bus if I was doing that. So. So we missed this. Excuse me. So we missed this trade here. We didn't quite front run it enough. We were looking for a long off the 25, then for a possible DCA back into it if we push down to the 10s or the 200s. But since we missed a trade, all we can do is just kind of sit here and watch. Oh, he couldn't do that either. Yeah, that's tough to get up at, middle of the night and come stare at charts. If I could wake my butt up to, I mean, I'm okay with getting up early some nights, some days. But to get up and just try to focus on this would be tough. So it's almost 8 o'clock for you. So what do you like? You must be like in the, what? Is that, no? 8 o'clock. So what is that, like mountain time? Because I'm in Central and it's 9 o'clock here. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Because if you go a little farther out west to like Vegas and stuff, I thought they were 2 hours behind me. I could be wrong, but I thought they were. Well, it says Pacific time, but I thought. Yeah, I feel like that's that mountain time, like MST. Yes and no. I still have other income from other places. I don't just rely on trading. So I make like little money trading. I make a little money off affiliates. I make hardly anything from YouTube. Actually, I think I made my first $100 on YouTube this month out of like 2 years. You don't really make hardly any money on YouTube unless you have a big channel. But I also work also on the side too. So just multiple places that I just get, money from, not just one. I think trading for a living it can be super stressful to do that for a living unless you have a really big like nest egg built up. That's usually most people who try to trade for a living. They got a lot of money built up where they don't really have to worry about if they lose money. Like, I think it would be hard to trade from month to month, if you were trying to trade for a living and trading month to month. If you're going to do that, you at least want to have 6+ months of salary built up or bill money built up or, wherever, how you do your living because that stress alone would just probably drive you insane. Like, oh man, I gotta make this $200. The light bill's due in 2 days or something crazy like that, or the mortgage or whatever bills you have, car payment. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. I guess if your wife is making good money and she doesn't mind, that's pretty good there. I'm not even sure what what company that is. You said EBTIDA. I would have to look that up, Sharky. Oh, from trading options? Wow, dude. I wish I knew how to trade options. The only thing I know how to do with options, Chris, is basically buy the 100 contracts and make money off of I know. This stuff got stuck. The only thing I know how to do with options, Chris, is basically make money off premiums. Just putting the 100 shares up and selling calls. That's the only experience I have with doing options. The other stuff, I'd probably get my butt kicked. I want to say that was the 50% of the pullback fish slips on this leg here. What's up, mate? How have you been? You said being a dealer is good with selling calls. Okay. Okay, so you say you usually see people go from options to futures, but never futures to options. Yeah, it seems like the futures, man. It seems like that stuff is, I don't know. I always heard options were hard, so I ain't never really messed with them. I'm doing good. We had a good trading session. We were red on one funded account today. We were kind of 1 for 1 with the funded, so we did good on one funded, and like I said, red on the other. One eval. Unfortunately, we did really well on the eval during the stream with Methodical Man today. I think we got 2 100-point trades today. Too bad it couldn't been with our fundeds though. But that was closer to the lunch hour after we kind of chopped around. Oh, you thinking the market's setting up for another flush? There's very big possibility, man, because if you look to the left, there's nothing but a big old wick straight down to the bottom side. You said the Delta Greek sucks on the options. Oh. See, I don't really know a lot about the Delta. I mean, I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you how to use it. I only do evaluations during the nighttime, and during the New York session is usually whenever I trade all my funded accounts and stuff. Okay, so you said options is a lot of just reading your charts. Also a lot of G's. Jesus. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. It's like, come on, go, please. I promise. I'll be good. That's pretty good. Delta places longer time frames. Okay. Ooh-wee. It just could not get above the 70s there, fish slips. We'll hang out for a few more minutes, guys. Then after that, we have to get off because like I said, I'm getting like so sleepy. Because like I said, I usually get back up around 4 o'clock in the morning. Let's see. It says, sorry for the shorts. Maybe that's just a liquidity grab. Fish lips for the move back up. Okay, so you were thinking maybe we would trap there at the 480s, get a little quick to the 480s before we push back down. Or, wait, yeah, 2480s. We're just sitting on the sidelines, guys. Like I said, we missed our third trade. We were trying to take the long here for like 20, 25 points. So a lot of times whenever we trade off the 25, we're just looking for a 20 point to 25 point trade. You can see we pretty much, we hit 25.25 and we had our entry sitting at 25 even. So we missed out on that last trade by about half a tick. What's up, Ponzi? How are you doing this evening? Do we get another 25 bounce? I don't think we do. I'm not going to take it the second time. It looks like you have another wick sitting down there. A couple wicks sitting at the 210s. So you got a lot of big wicks all the way down, but not sure. There's the previous day close. Says, well, good thing your trades aren't automatic. No. Let's see if we get the bounce off the 210s here. Trade down into the... There's your finally your 25 hit. Woo, we got triple tops up there. I like that, man. Maybe we can catch a long going. Oh, dude, don't bounce off the 25 now. Dude, that's so wrong, Fish Lips. So wrong. Did it hit the 22? I saw those wicks over there to the side. So it hit right there at the 22. If you go to the left over here, they had this big wick here at the 22. I wasn't sure, but man, it did bounce right off that wick. I thought we would get a little bit farther down. So maybe if we push down, it can bounce off the like 15, 18 area, because it looks like there's about 3 or 4 wicks down through there. I did not anticipate that 22 bounce there. Man. Another 15-point ripper. I will try to long this time if it goes down there and hits like the 10 or 17s, unless this thing just goes back up and leave us behind. I mean, hey, that's already 20 points off of the 25 again. I try not to, Glass. If I do, it's with the eval only. When I'm trading fundeds, it's a strict stop loss. So I'll just take my stop loss on the fundeds. So that thing did go from the 25s to the 50s. So that would have been a nice 25-point trade. I just didn't have it in me to take that on the second push of the 25s. So, no, we don't use hotkeys. We just place our orders with the mouse. Either that or, you can hit the buy and sell button off to the left. But most of the time, I try to place my orders. About 2.5 years. And like most people, we go through all the struggles like everybody else. Those first 2 years are always the hardest. But I think the hardest thing I had to overcome was getting comfortable trading funded accounts. I want to say that was probably the hardest. Is make sure I do that consistently. You just started a few months ago and nice. Yeah, if you can trade small, Nicholas, without over leveraging, mine was just a lot of up and down. It took me a while not to be like over leveraged. Kind of like where I struggled out a lot in my beginning is definitely over leveraging, where it's almost like you had to be perfect on every trade. That's always the hardest part. If you're not over leveraged, you got a little room for error, and just look for bigger moves. But I mean, that's everybody's risk management. I think it just depends on what your risk management is and where you feel comfortable at. Okay, so he just started an account for you. Man, I thought we were about to get. I thought that was it, fish lips. We're trading MNQ. On the 5 minutes. What's up, Methodical Man? Did you start trading tonight, or did you how did your gold trades go tonight? Dude, gold just freaking just sold off like crazy. Dude, gold's down over $1,000 just from a few weeks ago, man. That thing was up to like $5,000. Dude, that is insane that we're down to $4,300. Dude, somebody's just getting they're getting their stuff wallowed out on that gold. They're just getting wallowed. Oh goodness. You're long on the ES. Is that a Atom trade Methodical? Nice. Yeah, I know. I thought we would get a better follow through on this, but you know how it is with nighttime trading, man. This stuff just will not go. I was kind of looking for a long so we can kind of take out these wicks up here, but we're on the, it's on the struggle bus at the moment. Struggle bus. Methodical, how was the volleyball tournament? They lost but tried their best. It's probably going to take a little bit to get through all these wicks here if we're going to continue higher. Or if we can get some kind of pullback, maybe we'll try to get a little bit better entry. I know I'm going to have to get me a participation trophy wall here behind me, Methodical. Get the old jock strap put up there. 9th place. Oh, goodness. You gotta hang it up there for 8th place straps. Oh, goodness. There comes your 80 hit, Chris. I thought about just going to just take profit there, but shoot, I'll just let her go. Trading, we are trading micros because we're on a 25K account and 50K account. So we'll trade anywhere between 3 to 5 micros. So about a half a mini. Runner may get stopped out, guys. You need 75 to hold here. Dude, I cannot believe this thing went back and touched the freaking 25. I was trying to long that 25 while ago, Methodical. That thing hit 25.25, dude. It missed me by a half a tick. And I didn't trust it the second time. It came down and hit the 22. If you look to the left, we got a big wick at the 22. That thing ripped off the 22 and is already up, what, 60 points? The key here is do we get through the pivot? If we can blast that pivot at 315, man, I don't see how we don't go. Just keep going up to the moon up here. Yeah, I know. I just didn't trust it for the second push, man. We've been so like these big sell-offs tonight. Dude, look, we had a 120.5-minute candle earlier. Look at this big old 120-point candle. Yeah, so I didn't want to get caught in one of those nasty things. All right, about to have a new 5-minute candle here. We got 20 seconds. So what I'll do is we can pull fib on this 5-minute candle and see what kind of pullback, what percentage pullback we're going to get. So what you want to see is probably no more than like 40%, or even 20% would even be good. 40% will put you back at that 75. But if we want to stay, if the bulls want to stay in charge, most time they want to hold the 40% of the move and they'll continue higher. So you can kind of see that the bulls are still holding this. The key here is going to see what happens with that 300 level. I guess this thing could come back and bounce off this pullback here, which is around the 60%. Yeah, you want to take profit anytime you pushing up in the whole number. Yes, they already lost over 60%. You're thinking we pull back to that 217? I didn't know if we would bounce off this first here. 265s. Wow, the runner's about to get smashed. I'm just going to take whatever profit I can get because probably going to get stopped out on this if this can't continue higher. Woo, you know, this thing just trapped some folks up here. Even in the Asia market, this thing's doing some folks dirty. Pump. Dude, we need to see a big old wick with just a little tiny green body so the next candle just goes. There's a lot of effery going on around here, man. We got some pretty wild price action for the Asia market, guys. I mean, it's not very often you know, once a week that we get this type of price action. You feeling the bull? You think a lot of people jumped in short on that one, Chris? There's the 75. You said if it doesn't hold the level, it's still going up. What's up, Ricardo? How are you doing tonight? All right, here comes our new 5-minute candle. Yeah, I remember you saying 280 was your short area. Did you take the 280 short? Had to. Nice. Chris in one of my other lobbies, he was looking for a 280 short. I'm not sure how many points you're looking for, Chris. Are you looking for us to go back down to the low 200s? It looks like my runner's about to get stopped out here. Yeah, guess technically we haven't broke this high over here, back above 325s. Yeah, I mean, you can see you kind of zoom out, look at the big picture. We are pretty much just making lower high, higher higher lows. So ledge, another ledge, another ledge. So this couldn't break this ledge, So if you're just trading the pullbacks, I'm pretty sure if you go back and do the pull fib on all these legs, more likely you're going to see where we're just 50% pullbacks on most of these legs. So no, that one. Yeah, just trade yours, man. You said as long as we hold 261 previous week, we should be good. So far, we're up 228 for the night, guys. Just small profits. Whew. Like I said, guys, we're going to probably be calling them any minute now because my eyes are just super heavy. I'm struggling. I'm struggling to stay awake over here. Goodness. Thank you guys for the likes and follows. Oh, you're looking for the Indian market open. What time's that market open? Rahul. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. $9.15. It may still be a break-even trade if I get stopped out, because we're still in the trade for about 15 points. I was looking to see if we can get another little 5 points. I didn't know, because we pulled back 50% of this leg here. What's up, Nick? Yeah, we were trading the NASDAQ, but we're trading the MNQ on the NASDAQ, Nick. We're getting ready to call it Des. I'm already on the struggle bus over here. The wiener dog. How much longer before that target hits on the Manzini levels, Methodical Man? I'm gonna wait to this next 5-minute candle. So it's pretty much a break-even trade now, Chris. So what it is, so I get 20 points of drawdown for break-even. So we started off with 2 contracts. So basically what it is, well, no, we only get 10 points for break-even. So 60 area is kind of the break-even spot for me. Yeah, I know the trend. So even with the 10 points in the negative, it's still a break-even trade just because we hit those first two contracts. All right, runner got stopped out. You're saying 217, you're going full port long methodical? That's insane. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be taking any more trades tonight. We're going to finish up 225 for the evening. So not a bad evening for myself as far as Asia market goes. So those are rookie numbers. What happened with gold tonight? Did you take any bangers on gold tonight, methodical? It's a racket. Oh, green 200 and 400. Nice, man. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we will be back in the morning time. Thank you, guys. Everyone have a good evening.